Very good morning, children. Children, last time we had completed with the revision of chapter number first, right? That is the living world adaptations and classification, right? Today we'll start with the revision of chapter number 2, that is plants, structure and function. Okay, children, first of all, tell me that how can you all easily identify the plants around us? Yes, children? Yes. The answer is we can identify different plants around us with the help of certain characteristics that are different from each other, right? What are those characteristics, children? Yes, roots, stem, leaves, right? Even some plants have different flowers. The fruits are also different, right? So these are some of the characteristics that help us all to identify the different plants in our nature, right, children? Yes. Now, children, tell me, what are the various parts of a plant? Yes, the various parts of a plant are roots, stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Right, children? Once again, I repeat, the different parts of a plant are roots, stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Okay, and it is with these parts that we are able to identify different plants, right? Now, in this chapter, we will see details about all these parts. Okay, children? First, we will see about the root. Okay, root is a part of the plant that grows below the ground level. Okay, now, children, can you all see figure 2.1, that is formation of root, right? Here we'll see how a root is formed. Okay, children? Now, as you all can see in that image, right, there are two things, that is, the top one is radicle and the below part is called as plumule, right? Now we'll see what is radicle and what is plumule. The part that grows from inside the seed towards the soil is called as radicle. Okay, means the part that grows inside the soil inside the seed towards the soil is called as radicle, and the part that grows above the soil is called as plumule. Means radicle is the part that grows below the soil and plumule is the part that grows above the soil. Okay, now the root that forms the radicle grows into the ground. Okay, and this root is thick near the ground and then it tapers to a pointed end. Okay, and as I said earlier, children, the part of the plant growing below the soil is called as root. Okay, and the main function of the root is to support the plant. Okay, I repeat once again, the main function of the root is to support the plant. Okay, children? The root anchors the plant. Anchoring means supports the plant. Okay, and even the soil and the nutrients are passed to the plant with the help of roots. Okay, so roots are very much important part of a plant. Okay, children? Next, you all can see the image 2.2, right? This image is of a taproot. Okay, now first we will see about what is a taproot. Okay, roots of some plants produce secondary roots. Okay, means the main root and the branches of the root, those branches are called as secondary roots. Okay, and these secondary roots, they grow on obliquely and they spread far and wide in the soil. Okay, children, as we had seen earlier, the main function of the roots is that the roots support the plant, right? And this type of root is called as a taproot. Okay, so taproots are basically secondary roots, okay, arising from the main root. Right, children? Children, you all can see in this image that the main root is the one that is in horizontal, in vertical position, right? And there are secondary roots arising from it, right? So this is an example of a taproot. Okay, now children, can you all see the namings on this? Yes, we'll start from the bottom. Root cap, root tip, root hair, primary roots and secondary roots. Okay, now can you all see hair like structures on this taproot? Yes, these hair like structures which the roots bear near the root tip are called as root hairs. Okay, these are the hairs of the root. Okay, now children, you all can see from that image that the tip of the root or the root tip is very delicate. Okay, and children, this is the main region of the growth of the root. Okay, so it should be covered. Okay, and for that purpose we have what is called as root cap. The main function of the root cap is to cover the root tip or the tip of the root. Okay, the root cap protects the root tip from minor injuries. Okay, children? Now we have another kind of roots, that those are known as fibrous roots. Okay, fibrous roots are seen mainly with respect to onions. Okay, thread like or fiber like roots arising from the stem of an onion plant are called as fibrous roots. Okay, children, as we had learnt earlier, there are two main types of roots. Just now we had discussed about them, right? What are they? Yes, they are tap roots and fibrous roots. Okay, children, have you all heard about the word monocotyledonous plants? Yes. What do you all understand by the word monocotyledonous? The word mono means one, cotyledonous means having seed. Okay, so combine both the words. Mono means one and cotyledons means seed. Means what? The plants that have only one seed are called as monocotyledonous plants. Okay, and the second word which we had learnt is dicotyledonous. Di means two and cotyledons means, as I had said earlier, seeds, right? So the plants that bear two seeds are called as dicotyledonous plants. Once again, I'll repeat, children. The plants with one seed are called as monocotyledonous plants, while the plants having two seeds are called as dicotyledonous plants. Next, plants like maize, sugarcane, sorghum have two types of roots. Okay, some plants like maize, sugarcane, and sorghum have two types of roots. Here, figure 2.4, you can see the stalk of a maize, right? Now, some roots are underground, whereas some grow from the stem just above the soil. Okay, plants like maize, sugarcane, and sorghum have two kinds of roots. Some roots are under the ground, while some grow from the stem just above the soil. Okay, the roots that grow from the stem just above the soil are called as adventitious roots. Okay, once again I repeat, the roots that grow from the stem just above the soil are called as adventitious roots. Okay, and why they are called as adventitious roots? Because they have an advantage over the root, and that is, besides the normal function like absorption of water and minerals and anchoring and supporting the plant, these roots also perform some other functions too. Okay, they are an advantage to the plant, so they are called as adventitious roots. Okay, roots show some modifications to perform these additional functions. Okay, and these roots are called as modified roots. Okay, why they are called as modified roots? Since they perform some modifications. Okay, so they are called as modified roots. Some examples of such modified roots are aerial roots, stilt roots, runners, breathing roots. Breathing roots are also called as pneumatophores. Okay, now children, here we'll see an activity. Take some water in a small glass jar. Put a plantlet in such a way that the roots are dipped in the water. Mark the water level in the jar and add 5 ml of oil to the water. Record the observations. What will be your observations, children? The level of the water will go on decreasing day by day. Why this is so? Yes, this is so because the roots of the plants will absorb the water for their growth. Okay, so day by day you will see the level of the water decreasing and the height of the plant will grow. That is, from plantlet it will grow to a plant. Okay, next, children, in this image you can see a tree whose branches are spread far wide? Yes. Okay. Roots emerging from the trunk and the branches of the banyan tree grow towards the soil. Okay. This is an image of a banyan tree, and peculiarity of banyan tree is that the roots emerging from the trunk and the branches grow towards the soil. Okay, and such type of roots are called as prop roots. Okay, children, up till now we had learnt about tap roots, fibrous roots, adventitious roots, modified roots, and now we are seeing about prop roots. Don't get confused in all these kind of roots. Okay, once again I'll revise the roots. First we saw about tap roots, right? Tap roots are the roots that have secondary roots, okay, and they are spread far and wide. Okay, fibrous roots are thread like roots. Okay, then we saw about adventitious roots. They are called as adventitious roots since besides their normal functions, they also perform some additional functions. And then we saw about modified roots. These roots are called as modified roots since they show modifications. Okay, and now we are seeing about prop roots. Prop roots example is roots of the banyan tree. Okay, now here is an image. This image is of a banyan tree of Kolkata, and it is 250 years old. Okay, in Indian botanical garden, and it covers a very large area. Okay, and as you all can see here, it is supported by thousands of prop roots. Okay, these are called as prop roots. Okay, children. Now, children, tell me, why are the underground parts of the plants like radish, carrot, beet and sweet potato thick, fleshy and swollen, and which part of the plant are they? The underground part of them is swollen, thick and fleshy, right? Because they are tap roots. And which part of the plant are they? They are roots. Okay, next we'll see about stem. This was all about roots. Okay, now we'll see about stem. Children, here is an image of the parts of a stem. Okay, the parts of a stem are nodes, internodes, bud, growing end, leaf, etc. Okay, children. Now, what is a stem? The stem is a part of a flower, part of a plant that grows above the soil. Okay, from the plumule of the sprouting seed. Okay, children, do you remember that we had seen something about radicle and plumule? Yes, and there we saw that plumule is a part of the seed of the plant. Plumule is a part that grows above the soil, right? So from the plumule of the sprouting seed, what we get is the stem. Okay, children. As the sprout grows, the length of the stem gradually increases too. Okay, means the length of the stem is directly proportional to the sprout growing. Okay, as the sprout grows, the length of the stem also increases. Okay, now as you all can see, there are nodes on the stem. Okay, and nodes are important because leaves come out of these nodes. Okay, and the part of the stem between the two nodes is called as an internode. Okay, the tip or the apical end of the stem is called as a bud. Okay, and on the top is the growing end. Fine, and leaves grow from the node. Okay, so this is all about stem. In the next period we will see about the later part of chapter number 2. Thank you.